Welcome to another Street Fight Club podcast show episode. I'm EBar, and I'm being joined by Cheesy Chad Peppers. What's up, dude?
Hang 10, bro.
Nope, nobody says that. And by they call him Mr. Charlie, Finest Massey.
That's me.
Don't steal my gimmick, dude. I'm the one that says that's me, okay?
When have you ever said that?
I say it on every episode of The Scoop. Why don't you try watching it once in a while, you piece of dog shit?
I would never watch that shit.
Whatever. I saw your ass in the chat the other night. Don't give me fucking bullshit. All right. Anyway, all right. So it seems like not only are there 1 billion fucking superhero shows already out, but there's roughly 18 more coming out this year. So we're going to talk about them, which I don't even know any of these properties barely. Anyway, give us a rundown. What the fuck's happening?
The question is like, when are we going to get to the point that this is an overflooded market? And I think the answer for me was Powerless on NBC. I don't know if you guys have watched that.
It's like one episode.
It has like a decent cast. Like it has Alan Tudyk and Ron Funches and some other people.
What's his name from Community?
Ovid. Indian. I mean, that's all I know. And yeah. I'm like, I will enjoy this show. And then I watched it and I was like, I do not enjoy this show. But I mean, it's literally a workplace comedy about people who live in a world with superheroes.
Right.
And, you know, their job is to make it better for other people. Well, come to find out, over on the Marvel side, they're also working on a show called Damage Control. That's the same thing.
Oh, God.
Like a comedy about a construction company that cleans up after superhero battles.
Oh, boy.
And that would be hilarious.
Ooh, so funny.
And then you've got...
I mean, maybe it tied in directly to the movies, but even fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't tie in directly to the movies. Well, I mean, not really.
They did a couple times, and that was the most interesting times of the show. But it's like, how many of these shows are you watching now? Like, I started out watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I haven't watched it for like 2 seasons.
It took me probably 2 years to get through 1 season, which, you know, don't get me wrong, it was fine. It isn't enough that makes me like, I have to see the next episode. I have to see it. It's so interesting. I just have to see this shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want from a TV show, and that is not what was delivered from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think where Marvel is doing much better in film, DC seems to be doing a lot better in TV. Like, I genuinely enjoy most of the Arrowverse stuff. I'm behind now because we cut the cord or whatever, but... I like it a lot better. The Flash is a lot better show than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But anyway, let's see what else we got coming up. We have Inhumans, which is like everybody's favorite non-mutant people that live on the moon. It's like Black Bolt, who can't talk or he will kill people with his voice. There's like
what kind of character is that? How does he communicate?
I don't know, but like if he whispers, it's like a nuclear bomb going off. That's his.
Sounds like a shitty character.
Damn. Originally, Marvel had wanted to make it a movie, and apparently that didn't pan out. So it's going to be a ABC series this fall. But you can go see the first part in theaters if you want, which is a horrible trend that I've been seeing lately, where a lot of shows do that, where you can see the pilot episode or whatever that weekend. I don't want to see that. I've never been a big enough fan of a TV show that I could see for free on Tuesday that on Saturday I want to go pay $10 to see.
Yeah, you have to be pretty fucking into the characters. You know, whenever they're offering it 3 days later for free, not going to happen. Not for me.
If they do Inhumans correctly, Chad might like it. It's more of like a space thing. You know, they're off. You know, they deal with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Does that entice you? Does that entice you, Chad, that they live on the moon?
Possibly, depends.
I mean, the moon's not far enough away for you. Is that what you're saying?
It's not, it's not another galaxy. It's got to be at least 1 galaxy away.
Well, in this story, they live on the moon, but they're hiding out in Hawaii for some reason.
So they don't live on the moon.
They
So
have the base on the
one
moon.
thing that was enticing Chad now has been taken away. Because they just fucking live in Hawaii like a group of Hawaiians. And let's face it, nobody likes Hawaiians. I mean, I hate to be the one that has to say it.
Hawaii Five-0? People love Hawaii. Dog the Bounty Hunter? Okay, so
that is your defense of people loving Hawaii is Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Another new show is New Warriors, which is in development. Apparently, it's got a series order from ABC.
I feel like I had like one New Warriors comic when I was growing up.
Did you ever read Civil War?
Did I? I don't know. I can't remember. I think I did. I thought I had something.
Well, in the comics, Civil War gets started because the New Warriors are like a reality TV show superhero team.
Oh, I definitely did.
And they're fighting in Scranton, Pennsylvania, home of The Office. And
wow. Dunder Mifflin.
accidentally set off an explosion that kills thousands of people during a battle.
Accidentally.
Yeah, I can't remember how it happens, but an explosion happens. They have a bunch of lame heroes like Squirrel Girl, Nova.
That sounds horrible, Squirrel Girl.
Speedball is one of the guys.
Speedboat?
Speedball, like drugs. Speedball.
Okay.
But anyhow,
I'm down.
That's one. There's another one. I guess ABC Family has changed its name to Freeform. But anyway,
it changed its name to what?
Freeform, like free is in doesn't cost anything, and then form like something you put your name on.
Oh, Freeform.
So anyway, Cloak and Dagger is going to be on that channel. They're already filming that.
No, I feel like I've heard of that. I'm sorry. No, I feel like I've heard of that. So explain what's Cloak and Dagger. Is that Batman in the old days?
Yeah, they were popular like in the 80s, early 90s. It was like a black dude and a white lady.
Racist.
And the lady was Dagger, and he was Cloak. And I can't remember, her power had something to do with her dagger. And his power was basically, I think
the cloak?
He could envelop people in his cloak and transport you to anywhere. Like, just go around the world.
How do you be a superhero? How is that?
I don't know. And it's going to be like a family teen kind of movie thing, so I don't know.
That sounds fucking horrible. Cloak and Dagger, is that DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
I don't get it.
Hulu is going to do Runaways, which was like a series in the early 2000s about these kid superheroes that were running away from some government thing. It's another Marvel deal.
Sounds like Logan.
Punisher is coming out, which I actually am excited for Punisher.
Okay, I know. Well, oh, yeah.
Are they using the same guy?
Yeah, it's the same dude, John Bernthal.
And that's going to be on Netflix?
Yeah, it'll be a Netflix show.
That one actually, when that whole season of Daredevil had Punisher, I found myself wanting the Punisher storyline more than Daredevil. You know how they kind of split there?
Oh, yeah, whenever he left the show and they focused solely on the ninja thing, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the whole Punisher thing was easily the most interesting part of that season, without question.
Fox is currently working on a X-Men TV show.
Uh-oh.
They've already got another X-Men TV show out that's like Legion or whatever, which actually is pretty good. And it barely talks about any connections to being mutants or anything. The Archie show came out this year, Riverdale or whatever.
Fuck that. That's not Archie, dude. Okay? That's not fucking Archie. That's not what Archie was about. At all.
Okay. Well,
did you never read Archie whenever you were a kid?
I'm just saying that's what it's based on.
No, I understand that, and I know it has the characters that are named like Archie, Jughead, but it's some bullshit teen drama, dude.
I've not watched it at all, so I can't judge it.
It's not wholesome like fucking Archie used to be. There's like crime and murder. Well, I haven't watched it either. But just off the trailers and shit that I've seen, that's not what fucking Archie was at all, dude. Like Archie was like always fun-loving antics, and this is like some weird fucking. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. But anyway.
There's a flood of other ones. There's like stuff in the works. That Tick show actually got ordered for a season. So
yeah, I'm okay
on,
with, I've told people on my channel before that I love the Tick, and we talked about it before in the first episode I was down with. So I'll look forward to that a little bit.
And obviously, like every show that's out now has got more seasons coming out.
Who the fuck can keep up with all this, man? Who has the time? Dude.
And there's other ones of just like things that you've never heard of, like Winona Earp is a show that comes out that came out this year.
I just saw a Facebook post. Thing. Yeah, I just heard or saw a Facebook post today about Winona Earp, and it kind of sounded interesting because they said it was kind of like it reminded them of Buffy, and I'm a big Buffy fan, so something like that. They said it was like a Western version kind of Buffy, like there's like a chosen one or something, or whatever. But
there's like Preacher, obviously, iZombie, Supergirl, all that shit. Sci-Fi is still working on a Krypton show, which is like a prequel to Superman. But I don't understand why Gotham is so popular, even though I kind of would like to just try it again for some reason.
Is it really that popular?
I mean, it's what, third season or something? I mean, it's not even making money.
As long as it's not losing money, it's probably enough to keep it on Fox. I know not too long ago,
Netflix paid a ton of money to get the exclusive rights to it.
No shit, because I don't even think I finished the first season, but it's fine, but it's not good.
CW is adding a new DC show, Black Lightning.
What the fuck is that? Who's Black Lightning?
He's like he's been on the Justice League and all kinds of shit. He's a black person because back in the 70s, if you were a superhero
and you were black,
you had to have black in your name. Yeah. He's basically Static Shock. He can control electricity.
And they're gonna base a whole show around him.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll be part of the CW Arrow Flashverse or Arrow.
That's all CW is going to be soon. Is nothing but DC superhero shows and like Vampire Diaries. And
it's not. I'm not unhappy about that. I mean, like I said, I'm a year behind, but Supergirl isn't too bad. Like I started watching with my kids, and it's actually more entertaining than I thought. I don't know why CBS got rid of it.
No.
And this year it has Superman on it.
No, not the real Superman.
Not that Superman for the movies, but a guy who says he's Superman's on it.
That's another thing I don't understand. Why is DC disjointing the two things? Like, well, I mean, we talked about that a little with the Flash, but it just doesn't make sense to me. But you know what? And not to sound racist, but turned on Supergirl, first episode, saw Jimmy Olsen's an athletic black man, turned it off because that's not what Jimmy Olsen is. He's like a nerdy fucking ginger. Are you kidding me? And now he's some fucking built black dude? Makes no sense. No.
It makes it even weird because Supergirl's not in Metropolis. So it's like Jimmy Olsen took this job at this newspaper of Superman so he could keep an eye on Supergirl and help her become a superhero.
And now I'm angry. That just is... why change it so much? There's such a wealth of stories that people have loved over the years from the comics. So why sometimes whenever they transfer to television or movies, do they feel like they have to be like, well, let's change the formula, guys, and do what we think? You know, like, what the fuck are you thinking? I don't get it.
I think some of it is they want to separate themselves from the movies. So... they don't want people to be confused or whatever. I don't know what they're... I mean, they think that people can't watch TV and movies at the same time, but I think that's some of it.
Hey, our audience is retarded? I mean, who cares? Like,
I'm super surprised that they let Superman be in the movie, to be honest with you.
In the show?
Yeah, in the show.
I mean, so who's Superman in the show?
Some guy I've never heard of.
And why is he not the main character because he's Superman?
It's really sad they don't have the Smallville dude in there. Like, he was just like, when that Tom Welling guy heard that they were going to do Superman, he was just like, yes, please.
Why the fuck not, man? I like Smallville a lot. I watched I must have because I watched all 10 goddamn seasons of it. So, you know, I thought that the cast was good. The stories were entertaining enough to keep me watching for 10 fucking seasons. So, you know, let's get that guy back. He's doing nothing. I don't think that guy's doing anything.
He did like 2 family movies and then dropped off the face of the earth. But it's amazing to me that how much nerd culture has changed, that when Smallville came out, they were afraid to make him Superman. You know what I mean? Like, that was their idea. Like, he's not going to put the suit on. Well, like, I know in the later season it gets crazy and they start getting, like, the Flash and people like that.
Oh, well, you know, that's not even the later season. But you see Flash, or Kid Flash. It was Bart.
Right.
You see Cyborg. I mean, there's
a Green Arrow in it.
Yeah, Green Arrow's a main character, like in the opening credits level of main character, and he was good. What I want to say that dude's name was Justin Hartley, but I can't remember what else I've seen him in.
I think he's the guy from This Is Us. He's one of the stars of This Is Us.
Didn't watch. Haven't seen it.
Oh, it's a really good show.
Well, I don't like crying in front of my girlfriend, so.
But I just think that, like, I know that was their gimmick or whatever, that he, you know, we're gonna let him work up to being Superman, but now you can have a show where Flash puts on the Flash costume in the first episode, and they're like, that's fine.
Well, yeah, because he's a Flash. You know what I mean? Like, Gotham took it to a new level of, you know, okay, not only is he not Batman yet, he's just a little kid. He's nobody. I
saw a teaser for the new season. It's like Bruce Wayne starts his training or whatever. I was like, he's fucking 12 years old or something. Are we gonna have like 5 seasons of him training to become Batman? I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, man, I don't understand that. Like the Smallville one made sense. You know, it's him leading up to being, which I don't believe that it would take 10 fucking years for him to finally become Superman. Don't get me wrong. But the way that they did it was okay. Like, you know, in the later some things don't add up with the comics. Like in the later seasons, he fights Doomsday, who is the guy that kills him in the comics as Superman. But somehow he's fighting him, and like Doomsday is like a normal dude. Like he has the ability to look like a normal guy, and then
why not?
Just crazy shit happens. But you know, I had already been on board for like 9 seasons or 8 seasons at that point, so you know, I was down with it. But that's a fine show, you know. And I remember whenever they started their mantra or whatever, because I used to have the DVD, so I'd watch like even the behind the scenes shit. With their thing was no flight, no tights. That was their entire, like, Superman, he couldn't even fly for 10 seasons. He couldn't fly.
But he jumped.
That's one of his main powers, is that sees Superman and he can fly. But I don't think Superman could fly whenever Superman was created. He could leap tall buildings in a single bound, but I don't think he could fly yet. But yeah, I mean, you know, back whenever there was like, you know, Smallville was out.
Do you remember the very short-lived Flash TV show when we were kids?
I feel like I saw reruns on like Sci-Fi at some point, but you know, I don't
like Mark
really
Hamill in it as a bad guy.
Now that I don't remember.
He was the Trickster, which is the Flash's version of the Joker, and he pretty much did the same voice and everything.
He was also Cockknocker.
He was.
Yeah. But, you know, I can't keep up with all this shit. I don't even want to try anymore. Like, for a while, I was like, you know, maybe I can catch up if I just, you know, maybe if I binge this. But I don't even want to watch Jessica Jones. Like, you know, I've heard you, Finest, have told me that Jessica Jones is good.
I really liked it.
But I've also heard people say that it went on like 5 episodes too long, and there wasn't enough shit to actually keep it interesting. And maybe there shouldn't be arbitrary 13-episode seasons. You know what I mean? Like, it's Netflix. You don't have to do. Just keep it tight. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it tight to where fucking the good amount of the story, or the story stays good throughout the entire. If it's 6 episodes, 6, 8, 8. You know, I don't care. I don't need 13 mandatory episodes just to fill some fucking quota. Just give me good shit. And that way I wouldn't have to watch 5 hours of bullshit to get what's really an 8-hour story in 13 hours. You know what I mean?
I feel the same way about Iron Fist. Like, I was cool with all these other characters. I wish the Iron Fist just would have been in the Luke Cage show. Like he's not a character that I really care to see his story. And then when the reviews started coming in and it was horrible, like, that's even less incentive to spend 13 hours in that guy's life.
Have you ever met somebody and you're like, hey, man, let's name your top 3 superheroes. Top 3. Has anybody ever said Iron Fist? Ever? No. Chat, how many of these like Netflix shows have you watched? Only Daredevil?
Yeah, actually I think I only watched Daredevil.
What else is there? There's Jessica Jones, now there's Iron Fist, Luke Cage. Haven't seen any of those, Chad?
No, it's haven't really. They don't really appeal to me necessarily to watch.
I think Daredevil hurt them in that it was such a good show that it's like all these other ones had to live up to that, and they didn't make it. None of them are as good as Daredevil.
It doesn't seem like they could be, you know. And that's kind of the thing. Like, why not just use the Daredevil platform that you have to insert these other characters rather than just, okay, well, Jessica Jones, she deserves 13 episodes. Oh, Luke Cage, here's another guy people barely care about. Let's give him 13. You know what I mean? Like, is it really good enough for that much? Or, I mean, you could have given me a Netflix movie and I would have been okay with that.
How many episodes is The Defenders going to be?
You know,
is it a 13-episode thing too? Because it doesn't seem like it should be.
But that's the only thing that makes me at all want to watch Jessica Jones. Luke Cage seems interesting, but you said that Luke Cage shows up in Jessica Jones, so that makes me kind of want to watch Jessica Jones. And then Iron Fist, the only thing that makes me want to watch them at all is so I understand references whenever I'm watching The Defenders. So I don't know what to do. It's so much TV, man. Like, who has the time? I don't have the goddamn time.
And this is on top of every fucking time I turn on Netflix or Hulu, there's some new show that they're like. It used to be maybe once a month or a couple times a season. You'd be like, oh, there's Orange is the New Black or whatever, and here's House of Cards. Now it's every single time I turn it on, there's a new show with famous actors, famous directors, famous writers.
Great.
It's on Netflix or Hulu.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what the fuck to not watch, what to watch. It tears you apart because you're like, as a nerd, I want to see all this shit, but what do I prioritize? And then if I don't prioritize this, then I'm behind, and then I can't watch this thing that's coming out. It's a very difficult time to be a nerd. If you want to be honest about it. I don't know. But
well, that's just a cool question of like, when did superheroes start getting mainstream cool? I remember back in the day when we were younger, it was nerds. It was cool for nerds, but it wasn't like the average people cool. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and Chad, since you tried to be cool throughout school, so you obviously didn't tell most people that you like superheroes, but you would tell people like me at Finest because we were nerds and you could share that with us.
Chad's
so
like
now that everybody is a nerd, Chad, does that upset you that cool people are now nerds? That you spent so much of your time trying not to be a nerd, although deep down you were. Dude, we played Dungeons and Dragons, so don't pretend you weren't.
Like, but all you wanted to do all day was tell people about how you couldn't wait to get home and play Final Fantasy, but you couldn't tell anyone that.
Yeah, you love
Final Fantasy. It was just like eating you up all day long.
You love Final Fantasy Tactics. I know you love that, and that was like, what, 7th grade? So you had to have been tormented of like, I got to go to school and be the cool jock, but I also really love strategy games. Like,
yeah, no, it was a strange time. You know what I mean? Like, I actually, now that I look back at it, I kind of regret not just being a nerd, Because being a cool John got me nowhere.
Well, except for a lot of pussy.
Well, it did do that. It did do that.
And like a burning when he peed.
That was one
Well,
time.
that too, but
That was
that's just
time.
part of the territory. Finest it never burns when you pee. Come on, man. Not even in high school. All right. Well, anyways, guys, superhero shows. Any final thoughts? Here's my final thought. Too goddamn many. I can't keep up. It breaks my heart, but you're making all of these fucking minute characters into shows now. The bubble's going to burst soon, and you're going to regret it. That's all I can say.
I'm just waiting for the day when they become shit. Like, whenever it's just like every show that comes out is shitty. Every movie that comes out is shitty, and then it ruins it for the good ones.
Well, I wonder about, because like Birds of Prey, never watched that, but could it be good? The chicks in Gotham? Seems interesting, but I never watched it, you know what I mean? Like, and was that just too early from the superhero bubble that we have now, or was it just a piece of shit show? Because most people, you say Birds of Prey, they'd be like, what the fuck, what are you even talking about? I don't feel like it was advertised correctly, but I don't know. Any final thoughts, Chad, on all these goddamn superhero shows?
I would agree. There's just way too many, and I mean, I don't know. Beyond that, it's just there's way too many, and
you just can't keep up with it.
No,
it's impossible. All right. Well, I want to say, because I generally forget to say shit at the end of the show. If you don't like our Facebook page, it's facebook.com/StreetFightClubPodcast. Go over there, give us a like. And also, if there's any topics that you guys want us to talk about, leave them down in the comments, and maybe we'll talk about them if we have any type of knowledge about them. Some subjects we do, some subjects we don't. I can't promise anything. But give us some topics that you might be interested in, and we'll see. Anyway, we'll see you next time.